Hey guys, welcome to the playthrough of Elder Worlds. We'll be playing on Super No difficulty. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for future content. And leave a comment below on games that you want to watch. So let's begin.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon Colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left to drift here forever, just to keep from damaging its bottom line. You're like that Spectrum potato chip, unruffled. Nothing gets past you. You would have made a formidable constable. A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus. Muscular atrophy is practically a hobby in this colony. You wrote that paper on breeding a cystipede with 30% more tumors.
Yep, that looks quite definitely gonna be a sniper of some sort. Oh, really good engineer.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. It'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Just gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. I will. All the colonists are counting on you. you're taking your ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Oh.
You see now, you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you've tried the... Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right?
Pretty odd.
Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Spacer's choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
What just happened? Can you hear me? What in the
Likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts. At worst, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts. At worst, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. Of course. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. I could run him up all by myself. Just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my son. You think? Most marauders can't even talk. But criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. You think? Most marauders can't even talk. Laminated. The criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Thank you! Hey!
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment. The autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. To do so, please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Disengage in airlocks. Prepare to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Prepare to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Disappointment. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne at the designated location.
He met with my escape pod, right?
I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. I understand. If I accept your orders, I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter? The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power. I understand. And you are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure. and we were forced to make an emergency landing.
Just
The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. It is difficult. Do you understand? I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them. I suppose everything on the Unreliable. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. No, really. Please ignore them. I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Say, because you sure will. And if this shit... I'll wave your face since you helped us with those marauders. Say, if you're looking for work, sure will. And if this constable down at Edgewater, she's got a bounty on marauders. I'll wave your face since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down at Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Pistol over the sill, as well as favor, which is actually quite useful. I was scrapping for art. Or I ain't heard a day in this first and together. There's the shadow weapon. There's the pistol. Well, be more exact. doesn't it? And my sound audio might be a little dark. But that takes time to improve on. And plus, I don't have a proper microphone. Like, yeah, couple minutes ago.
Whoa, hey. Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
Just passing through.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
What are your name? I'm Helix Firefly.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas.
Probably.
Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
I'm looking to make a little bit of money while I'm here.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder. As long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Phyllis, renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. 4 workers still paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. Thank the law.
What are you?
I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses.
The coming apocalypse.
You ever swung a
Man
truncheon?
versus machine.
Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff, soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. The war versus machine.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Gotta
about
watch out for
mechanical
those.
soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
What do you call it? Robots? Hell, doubt. Are you paranoid of any chance? Mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. That's what I'm saying. Creatures, we gotta square our shoulders and stand ever. I see them over by the old power plant. Mechanicals. Clattering about. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I see them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the sworn mechanicals come clanging over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Joining them? Giving you to them? Nah. If your resistance needs another gun, I'm here for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Some tuna cans. I've been some spaces, few bit carts. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees, though. Are you gonna pay enlistment fees?
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you want me to do? What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Silas sent me? You owe him gravesite fee.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Highly doubt it. He sure did, though. He's asking for a little extra to furbish the resistance with mechanical repellent.
Mechanical repellent? A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project. Enlistment fees.
How will you be?
Suppose. Would want to get stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute. I'm sorry, just be a minute.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are
I show you
problems.
my hands then?
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
This is then do your haircuts usually come with a free extra?
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails
We don't
to
believe in
meet Spacer's
Choice
Choice
company.
aesthetic standards.
I'm Conrad.
You will
You will
also
report to me if your hair
in the event of
Spacer's
your
Choice
death.
aesthetic
Whereupon
standards.
I will clean and prepare
Also
your
report
remains
me
for
in the
interment.
event of your death. Where prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me.
Gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
I don't understand a single word you just said.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I can't pay up.
With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear the situation precludes the necessary restitutions. I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. Much obliged. What can I do for you?
I got Eugene. In this collateral right.
You know
What
about
can I do
Eugene?
for you?
How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's
How?
gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom.
Then, you know
representing
Phyllis
3
suggested selling
generations
off
of
Eugene's
poor
gold teeth.
dental
I
hygiene.
didn't approve of the idea
He
then,
took
and I
them to
don't
his
approve of
grave.
it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene.
More than
He
a
took
few.
them to his
Those
grave.
teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills.
More than a few.
Can
Those
I?
teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a
I'm
man's
here
body
just to collect
and
you.
pry a few teeth loose
Here
from
you
his
are.
jaw just to pay my
Gravesite papers
bills.
affixed with my signature.
Can I?
And an IOU.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Well, did Mr. Thompson send you? You tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Bright and early tomorrow. Thompson, because I'm definitely not plagued. Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
What was it? You mentioned something about being like...
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Okay, listen. No, maybe I am feeling a little okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar gets my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man.
You can't afford me.
I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I'll do it.
Oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
You're taking awful risks, trust me, right?
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar. I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old...
You're making a
Powerful stuff.
Wish we had some better.
What we got, anyway. Reed would have wrote me up.
Excuse
Constable
me.
would have locked me up.
Mr. Blaine.
Could have gone to
This is
see the good
actuary.
vicar, but...
I overheard
Find
your
my
talk
courage.
with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. You're making anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. Excuse me.
He's got
I'm Blaine Swery. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Hypochondriac.
Whatever it is.
It's wasted. Better off selling it to me instead. He's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What's the...
All I'm saying is Abernathy's down longer than... I probably shouldn't. How do I put this gently? Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
That's not shady at all.
I'm doing right by the town, I'll tell you that much. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you. I'm doing right by the town, I'll tell you that much. You bring me that medicine and I'll see. That's all.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Told you. They aren't reliable.
Eugene wasn't family. You the new worker? What? Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. Shit. Silas still on about that. Damage to company Here, property. take the fees. What Eugene I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell vandalism. Eugene wasn't family.
Happy here.
Yeah, I was the close relative to body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. You know, Eugene was an asset. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Well, excuse you. Give it to us all. And the rest of us can get on with their own lives. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing. Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Sorry about the audio. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit?
I have to speak for me.
You run into any trouble? Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out.
You run into any trouble? And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Reliable work for freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Buy you a drink sometime.
Abernathy was trying to hide his eyes.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. The plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Seems we've got to get. Really? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Grease. Seems we've got to get. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. I'm Hobson, a few seasons Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. My excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know the
only regulator God is.
And I happen to know
Thompson ain't
exactly
liable
how
to
you
be
may
keen on
retrieve it
dismantling it.
without frying yourself in the process. I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the... All that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district.
What do you mean?
Once their power is shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. Labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I'm not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs. I'm not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. Back at their posts. The people living in the botanical home. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we Edgewater is struggling. The company we haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't hit our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers' stations.
None of what you tell me is my problem.
It's our problem, not yours, but I'm asking for your help. If those workers It's our problem, not yours, but I'm asking for your help. If those workers don't come back, my hope is that Edgewater is going to collapse. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Tell her the power's Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, great. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me.
I mean,
I could come in useful, Mr. Thompson. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb. I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb. But I cannot deny that she is talented. And may prove useful. You will need an administrative passcode in order to You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Don't need, whatever she is, whatever her name is, I do not need her help. Sorry.
Are you sure? I imagine Miss Holcomb will make a reliable I imagine Miss Holcomb will make a reliable companion. She knows her way around the Veil.
Be fine on my own, I guess.
Oh, sure. I mean, you got your own business and all.
Oh, sure. I mean, you got your own business and all, so I'm sure you...
I'll just be
Sorry.
in my garage.
I'll just be
Fixing
in
stuff.
my garage, fixing
Like I
stuff.
do.
Like
You
I
may
do.
find Miss Holcomb at her garage. You may find Miss Holcomb at her garage once she and I are done talking. I want you to know I appreciate what you're doing for us, even if you are a stranger. Best of luck to you. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where...
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply. Searching for repair bay. Error. Failed. Unable to comply. There we go. And that scene
quite easy, everyone. Good. Right. couple of things about it.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
You obviously run a pipe ship.
You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next Marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if Marauders got to her.
Probably. Probably. I'll keep an eye out for her.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Unless Marauders got to her, then parts of her could be.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Vale's a wide place. She...
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, Leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
And just who are you?
Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Nah. Please send me to make peace with you.
Pete Thompson. You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Hey, I'm a little bit offended. I'm a reptile too.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to convert the power over to him. He mentioned a chemothermic plant.
He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans?
My reasons are my own.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
A hero to you, maybe. But I'm looking for a power regulator. Reed promised me yours.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Made your point clear enough. I'll see what I can do.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
That's gonna be the end of this video. Or playthrough. See ya for now.